Hi guys, I'm Krista and this is my big sister Stacey and this is Sister's Social Call.
We are two sisters talking about everything that sisters talk about. Welcome to our lives. Hey sis!
Hey sis, how's it going?
Tonight we want to welcome all our listeners back to Sister Social Call and say a special hello to our new listeners. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the most magical times of the year and how to make the most of these long days of summer and effortless meals at the beach.
So on June 20th or 21st, depending on the year, that marks the summer solstice, the longest day of the year and the official kickoff to summer in the northern hemisphere. The sun reaches its highest point in the sky and we get the most daylight hours of the year. Woo! That means more time for slow morning coffees on the deck, walks in the garden and flowers, summer events, and beach suppers, all late into the evening.
Christy and I both live in beach towns on lakes. These are destination areas, and our little towns become hotbeds of summer activities. I love fall, but summer is right up there because of the vibrancy that it brings. People are on vacation. Such feel-good vibes. The sun is shining, and I love having do-nothing days at the beach.
Yeah, I used to have those days of doing nothing at the beach, but my life is action-packed. And to be completely frank, I've never really been, I'd maybe dedicate one day of the summer to a do-nothing day on the beach. We grew up spending more time on the beach, but anyways, I don't have time for that. We have a different system going on, but in my life, my partner's a rancher and a farmer. So rather than thinking about beach meals and that kind of stuff, I have to think about farm meals and also quick, easy meals because we're quite full on come summertime.
Yeah, beach meals or summer meals is something that I've actually been really working on the last couple of summers since we've moved to Invermere. We eat at the beach for sure once a week, but probably it's a couple, 2 to 3 times in the week. So meals have to be quick. They need to be appetizing. They need to be packed and unpacked in a cooler and kind of hold their integrity for beach supper. Depending what's going on, I'll probably cook dinner at home and then pack it up and take it. So it needs to kind of still taste okay, just warm, maybe not piping hot.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely something you guys do participate in. To be totally honest, the reason that I really wanted to have this chat, like why I wanted us to have this podcast episode, is because I need inspiration. And you're really good at this kind of stuff. So when we were thinking about what we should do next, honestly, I'm like, I need your inspo and I need some help. I do have some things that I definitely can add to this, but you're so good at all the foodie stuff and you're such a planner. It seems as though once I get to the farm, all hell kind of breaks loose. And though my man will pretty much eat anything, there's things that he likes and things that he doesn't like. So I struggle a little bit with that.
Well, it does take a little bit of planning, sissy. So usually how I go about it, especially because, we get so much company out here, is I nail down a couple summer salads for the week. So things that are going to taste good at like day 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I'm groovy with that. Mm-hmm.
I love a great potato salad. I don't even care. It can be a creamy one. It can be like a oil
vinegar one.
Like I love all potatoes and I love all
with eggs, potato and eggs up.
Yeah, I love anything, but so like I would do like a potato salad and maybe like a leafy salad, or also like a pasta salad, like things that are going to have integrity after a few days.
Okay, pause on that. The leafy green salad. I think in my 41st year of life, I realized I'm not a huge fan of lettuce.
You just realized this? Salads are like one of my least favorite things to eat, but I do make them for summer because you can throw that into smaller containers really easily and take that to the beach, and you can throw a protein on it and you got yourself a supper.
Well, one salad that I recently made was at a cooking meal prep workshop with Jolynn, and it was the chopped kale salad. And I was so surprised that salad lasted, and we didn't put the dressing on it. We just chopped everything up into a big bowl, and the whole salad lasted in like over a week, and it kept its crispiness. So I can get behind things that are a little bit more firm, such as cabbage, like a slaw. But carry on. Keep inspiring me, please.
My pasta salad go-to is nothing fancy. It's just the bow tie salad, and you go by the package of seasoning. I don't do anything fancy. It's so nostalgic to me because Mom used to make us that one.
That's a good hot tip because that's easy. Just go by the package. That's a great hot tip, sis. Because who wants to be fiddling around with too many ingredients in the summertime? I love that.
I love a Greek orzo salad. That held up really nicely because orzo is a type of a pasta.
We're huge Greek salad people as well. No lettuce though in it. Just all big chunky chopped veggies. So that is, I'm on the same program as you, and it lasts really good. And sometimes I don't even put any dressing on it. You let all the juices marinate together. Yum yum.
If I'm really lazy and don't want to get too crazy with the salad making, I'll just go buy like a bag salad once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Sometimes I do that at work, to be honest. If I don't have anything meal prepped and I'm running behind, I'll just rip up to the grocery store and grab a bag salad. It'll last me 2 lunches. And then I'll grab a bag of that already pre-cooked chicken. Mm-hmm. And then I'll just put that on top of my salad. I way rather meal prep and home make everything as opposed to doing that. But honestly, it saves your bacon sometimes.
Totally. And summertime, it's all about convenience. Yeah. So first thing I do is get 2 good salads happening in my fridge for summer, quick convenience. So my next thing is I try and do...
Question. Sorry. Do you do the salad is this always, or do you do this just when you have company coming? Or is this kind of what you roll with all summer long?
I would say we would have like maybe 1 salad in the fridge for the week-ish. Right now, there's a potato salad in there. When we have company, there will be for sure 2 salads in there because we do so many barbecues with people, and then that's really easy. Okay, so hot tip 1, get yourself 1 or 2 salads in the fridge for easy beach and late summer meals. The second thing I like to do is cook a fair amount of protein on one of the days. If we're doing chicken breasts, I'll throw a couple extra on. That's I know lots of people do that throughout the year anyways for cooking, but especially in the summertime because it's so easy to throw on a protein on top of a salad then, and it doesn't need to be hot. So that's quick.
Yeah.
So we'll just do a few extra chicken breasts.
Do you have a favorite protein to put on your salad?
I would like to have more fish in my life, more salmon. That would be something I would, and that's, again, throw on a couple extra salmon fillets and have that left over for your salads for the rest of the week that you can throw on top. I've been really trying to figure out good hearty beach meals that I can whip up fast that are not a barbecue meal, and those have been kind of turning into bowls. So like that salmon that I was just referring to could be turned into a teriyaki salmon bowl with rice, with some edamame, things like that. So I find that bowls are really easy. There's only 1 dish, usually 1 bowl, and then maybe some like fork or spoon.
And with that, you could have your base, and then you can bring your toppings separate. If it's going to get mushy or something, you could package your toppings in separate containers and then build them at the beach. Build your bowls at the beach.
Right. Yep, you could. I like the one and done kind of bowl though. No extra packaging required.
Okay.
I shared the recipe for the cheeseburger bowl back in a couple months ago when we did our cooking one. That would be a great meal in the summertime too at the beach.
Definitely. It's like you're eating a burger without the bun, but a bowl instead.
And that one can be transported really easily. The only thing I thought about for summer, like you might be sick of burgers. Instead of doing a burger, then like with the seasoning that tastes like a Big Mac, just make taco salad.
Yeah, for sure.
Pack yourself some chips, and that's easy. I like that meal quite a bit at the beach as a taco salad.
Yum. So good.
I am going to try one other bowl this summer. I'm going to try an egg roll bowl, see how that holds up.
Yeah. Those are always really good.
And it's ground pork, so it's something a little different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if Sean's not joining me for dinner, which is, if he's going out bike riding, but I'm at the beach, it's girl dinner all the way, taking a charcuterie to the beach or on the balcony. We just always have pickles and olives and cheese and easy stuff always in the house. So that is what we kind of live on in the summertime. Try not to turn on the oven too much and go from there. What are you cooking for Mark on the farm?
Oh, this is the challenge. That's why we're having this conversation. We barbecue a ton. So we'll make steaks, burgers, smokies, hot dogs, you name it. We eat that kind of stuff. We're down. Chicken thighs. Yeah, we're not super picky. And then, even if Mark's in the field working, like that's one thing I'm struggling with because last summer he was, I don't know if I told this on one of the episodes yet. I know I mentioned it. I don't know if it made it onto the episode, but anyways, last summer, Mark was saying to me, I just don't understand why it's so hard to bring a hot meal out to the field. Because I'll pack him his lunch bag and it'll have sandwiches, it'll have fruit, water, Gatorades. Like I'll pack him a lunch kit that is he'll be able to survive off of for a week, for one day. But he wants hot meals. And this is kind of where I'm struggling. So last year he was just saying to me, I don't really know why it's such a big deal to bring me a hot meal to the field. And I said, well, it's just the two of us, Mark. It's just more convenient to just have quick and easy. But I could tell he wanted this. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to make this man a hot meal in the field. Well, a hot meal for the field. So boiled up some corn on the cob, put her into a tinfoil pan with butter in it so it stayed hot. Made pork chops, potatoes, anyways, and then just made it all at home. And then I took it all out to the field in those tinfoil containers so it stayed hot. And then I took a table, chairs, candlelight. Oh, yeah. And fresh homemade Starbucks style pumpkin muffins. I took it out there. It was awesome. It was actually one of my favorite nights of the whole summer last year. We had this amazing meal. Mark was so happy. The food was great and it stayed hot.
When Sean and I would be working late in the springtime was a Martha Stewart recipe where it's baked ravioli.
Oh,
that really freezes great. You can make it all you have to do is reheat it. And it actually, it's one of the few recipes that I think actually holds up really, really well after being frozen.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're not super huge pasta eaters, but we do like ravioli. So that's a good idea. And I think that I was just thinking as we were talking, a hot bowl of chili with some like fresh homemade sourdough bread. That would be something that would stay hot and I could take it out to the field and have a hot meal. So yeah, I mean, I'm similar to you. Definitely like charcuterie board. We eat a lot of that kind of stuff because it is quick and easy. So we often have a lot of that stuff on hand as well. So it just makes it just simple. Kebabs, that's something we eat quite a bit of in the summertime because I have this massive garden with all these fresh veggies. We often will do like barbecue everything and then tinfoil packs of roasted veggies. So we just put a whole pack of veggies together, toss it onto the barbecue smoker, whatever, and then eat veggies like that. Baked potatoes in tinfoil pack as well. That's one thing that works out well too to take to the field because it just stays in that pack and it just stays hot. Or you can do it in those tinfoil containers. You can get those tinfoil, all different sizes of them at the dollar store. It's pretty incredible, actually. You can go buy whatever size, shape, whatever, and they come with lids. So that's super handy. The other one I was thinking about too when I suggested this topic for you to inspire me.
Am I doing it yet?
Yeah, you're always inspiring me with your cooking though. I know that I know that I can cook and I do meal prep and stuff like that, but you always inspire me immensely because you do all the cooking classes and you try all these new recipes. I literally will make a recipe and stick to it for 6 months until I'm sick of it and then I'll get onto something else. Like I try to keep it simple, but the other one I was thinking about too is, well, you kind of said like a taco salad, but even soft tacos that are, just put the meat in them or a soft burrito and then take out the topping. So your lettuce, onion, tomato, you don't want your wrap to get soggy, but you could take that on the side with your sour cream and your salsa. That would kind of be, I think, a good one for the beach as well.
Yeah. Anything with wraps, actually, rather than bread, because bread just gets compacted. Doing a wrap like Sammy's is always a quick win.
Yeah, I saw this really delightful looking wrap. It was beets, chickpeas, and spinach, but there was like some sauce on it. It just looked so good. So I saved it on my Facebook. I'm gonna try those out. And the other one too that a friend Lisa out here, she has a great baked bean recipe. So I've made that before, which is nice because it makes a whole big bunch of it. And it also can stay hot. It's easy to transport. It's yummy, filling. So you can have your baked beans with, even if you want to have a burger or hot dog or smoky or something, just an easy thing. And that stays, the integrity of it would stay. So for you guys on the beach, if you pre-made that, same kind of goes for like the bowl of chili. But this is my SOS thing. Like, I don't have a flipping clue about this other than eating ice cream. But what is a dessert? Like, what are some desserts that are, that you can transport, take to the beach, take to the field, that are quick, easy? Help me out. Like, give me some inspiration. Of course, I do, the rhubarb crisp because I got a rhubarb plant that grows freaking for days.
Well, anything lemon.
Yeah, okay. But again, like, this is going to be something that I can transfer.
Yeah. I would say a lemon square because that's going to hold up. And it doesn't have to be warm. And nothing's more refreshing than any lemon dessert in the summertime.
Yeah, I love lemon, and I think Mark does too.
But then it's like the exciting time comes. The berries start growing. So
heads up, our Saskatoons are just starting to turn red. My Saskatoon bushes in my yard, I've been keeping my eyes on them. I was thinking about our book. We're going to be thinking about having some fresh Saskatoonies soon.
You'll have to make sure you do something for Broski with the Saskatoon. He was talking about them again a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, I'll have to do that. But yeah, you're right. Berries. So squares. I looked on Pinterest for some inspirational type desserts, and a lot of them are, whipped cream pudding. That's just not the most. That's something I think we could have at like a backyard barbecue, maybe out in the field. I don't know. I struggle with the dessert one.
Yeah, you guys do love your sweet treats, that's for sure.
We love our sweet treats.
What's wrong with just a classic cookie?
Well, that's the thing. I make muffins. I make not cupcakes, but I made those pumpkin muffins last year that have cream cheese filling in them. That's what I took to the field. So those things, yeah. Cookies. Mark just sent me on Facebook. He found I saw a recipe on there for brown butter rhubarb cookies. I gotta whip those up yet sometime this week before I get to the farm. The guy never sends me recipes. All of a sudden, boom. Like, okay, I guess I'll make those up. He's like, did you see the recipe I sent? Yeah. Like, fuck, man, you're full of surprises. It never ends. Seriously. A brown butter rhubarb cookie at that.
I am so curious to know what he is searching that it's sending him recipes for things with rhubarb now.
Who knows? He probably just walks by the giant rhubarb thing every day and thinks, the hell are we going to do with all this rhubarb? It's so massive. And honestly, a lady at the beach wanted some, and I picked her a huge bundle of it. And it grew back twice as big. It is unbelievable. This thing is nuts. But I got to make those up. But yeah, cookies, easy things. But it's just nice sometimes to have something totally different. So if anybody's listening to this podcast and has some really great recipes for desserts any recipes in what we're talking about, please send them our way because we can always expand our menus. But desserts are one thing that I would really love some inspiration on. And then the last thing that I was really curious about, we're pretty basic on this kind of stuff, but what about summertime beverages, Sissy? Like, what, do you make anything exciting or anything? Like, do you ever have just a pitcher of, say, soda water with some fresh mint or cucumber or anything like that in it to just sip on if you guys are chilling at home or taking down to the beach? Like, do you do anything like that?
No, not like that, but my go-to treat beverage that's not alcoholic that I love, I call them faux mimosas. And they are peach President's Choice water, like sparkling water, and orange juice. Sean and I don't like mimosas with champagne.
Yeah.
And this is a great way to have a very bubbly drink that I think is like actually delicious. And in my cooking class that I had 2 weeks ago, we made a beverage with cucumber in it that was non-alcoholic, and that was a lovely and refreshing as well.
Yeah, I don't get too crazy with that kind of stuff, but yeah, I always have these great grandeur ideas that I'm gonna whip up a couple fun non-alcoholic cocktails, and then I never really get to it.
I was just actually thinking about something else that I like to make in the summertime for a cool beverage. I like to make cold brew because sometimes I'll make a little bit larger pot, and then I will let it cool down and make a simple syrup and throw it into the coffee, and then I have cold brew in the fridge.
How long does that stay for?
Like a couple days.
Yeah, I got a cold brew Pampered Chef thing. I've never used it once, but I should take it to the farm and use it. I bet Mark would, on a hot day, he loves his coffee. He'd probably really love a nice cold brew treat.
Yeah.
I should take it out there.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah, totally.
Did I inspire you?
Yeah, I'm inspired. This actually whole conversation has definitely inspired me a little bit because I was feeling a bit in a lull with the cooking right now. And I think it's mostly because I'm just like, I'm so busy and it's all good stuff. I don't even want to complain. My life is very full right now. I'll say that instead of busy because of obviously gardening. And I live in a house and I have a yard to take care of at my home, plus at the farm. So in the evenings, I spend a lot of time outside, which is my jam. But consequently, I feel when it comes to cooking, I just want to cook something that's like quick, simple, and easy. And I think that with a few of the things that you've said, even just like having the salads in the fridge, and I think that would be really awesome, even for when I'm not there at the farm, for Mark to have some pasta salad, potato salad, whatever, just for him to have on hand that he can eat on the go too, because his life is full on as well right now. I think we covered some good ground here today. I'm feeling satisfied. I was laughing so hard at myself when I was putting my notes together because I said, let's do one about summer cooking and beach meals and whatever else. And I was like, I don't really have a lot to add to this.
I feel like everybody's just living on a prayer in summertime with food, and hopefully maybe a couple of our ideas will work for them.
We should all be maximizing the outdoor, enjoying that time, not stressing too much about the meals, but having some good plans in place so that you don't totally derail in the food department, because God knows we've all been there.
We're just praying for September to get back into routine.
Well, everybody does, right? It's just everything goes to hell all summer long. Well, let's get on to our peaks, pits, and plans. Why don't we?
Why don't you start?
Okay, well, I'm going to start with my pit. And my pit is that I was driving to the farm. You guys are just going to be thinking, does it ever end for this chick? Seriously. I was driving to the farm on Friday, got off work a little early, was so excited to get there early. The cows were coming. Anyway, so I'm super pumped. I'm getting out to the farm. I'm going to help Mark. We're going to do fencing. We're going to get ready. Yada, yada, yada. 2 kilometers outside of Southie, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from the farm. And I get a flat tire. And not just a flat. Shit, my tire is toast. It is totally effort. So I call my brother. You know, he did sell the tire shop, but he's contracted to run the tire shop as a general manager for 3 years from a sale date. And so I call him in panic. Help me. So he sends his guy out. Luckily, they have a rig that comes out and they'll totally change. They don't even fix your flat or whatever. They just they bring a tire out and change it for me. Put a brand new one on, so I didn't even have to ride with my spare or anything. But honestly, if one more thing happens with my tires, that's the world telling me it's time to stop driving to the farm all the time. I think it is. Seriously. So that was my pit. You know, peak is that my brother, he's just so chill, and he's just like, yeah, no problem. I'll get you a tire and get Andrew out there. No sweat. Okay, great. Like, thank you for saving my bacon again. And now we're on to my peaks here. I mentioned that Mark was taking me on a date last weekend in our last podcast. And I was a little worried about what I was going to be getting into, because it was the Danger Cats comedy show. So I wasn't sure. I looked them up online. there was some interesting things on there. So I thought, oof, don't do that. Just go in with an open mind and whatever. And honestly, it was funny. It was funny. And I will say, I don't think that's the type of comedy for everyone. Uncle Hack is the original Danger Cat guy, is his name. These guys are, or he's an oil field guy, like rigger. So his jokes are raw, blue collar, whatever you want to call it. But Mark and I both worked in the oil field at certain times in our life. So we can totally relate and we can handle a lot of really raw jokes. Like it's not for everybody. And I'm going to say that at all. But he was funny. Then Sam Walker was the next comedian. Do yourself a favor, Google this frickin' weirdo. Google him. You will not be disappointed. He was so weird, so hardcore. I just couldn't even stop laughing because I felt the whole time, is this real life? Like, what is this guy all about? He comes out there with his pit vipers on, a flowy mullet, white tight V-neck t-shirt, leather vest, his keys hanging from a carabiner off his belt loop, like totally from the 80s, right? Like this guy is straight out of the 80s. And just, wow. Dry. And he just said everything with a dead straight face. And it was absolutely hilarious. Absolutely. I just giggled the whole time. It was so funny. And then the headliner was Brett Forte. Funny. Like this guy's also like it was funny. I was so impressed. I said to Mark, "You can plan date night again." Like good. Then afterwards we stayed and had an appy platter and had a couple of my near beers and Mark had a beer and we had a great night. It was so awesome. And then all in the mix of that, all those cows came, which is one of my favorite weekends of the whole summer. They've been coming to the farm. This is their 5th year. We have this pretty great relationship with the people that bring them. They come from 3 hours away and they haul all these cows. It's 7 liners of cattle that come. It's a whole thing. It's 2 full days of them hauling cattle and it's just awesome. It's like so ranchy, but that's the beauty of ranch life. It's just, community and yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a really awesome time. The last peak that I had today, I went for my very first mammogram. And also I had a pelvic ultrasound done and a breast ultrasound done. They found a lump in my left booby. Anyways, and so my doctor said she didn't think it was anything to worry about, but of course I am at that ripe old age of 42 and she said we better just go get it checked out. So they sent me for all the stuff. Anyways, and the radiologist looked at everything right when I was there and they'd come in and said, you know what, you're good to go. Nothing of concern here. And I just felt so good about all of that. Not that I had any doubt in my mind, but I text Mom and Stacey after saying, I feel so lucky to have good health. And yeah, very grateful. And as I was saying to Stacey earlier, at this point in our life, like a lot of people are experiencing cancer, a lot of people are not well, high blood pressure, like diabetic. There's all these things happening as we start to age, and I just feel so thankful. So that was a super high peak for me as well today. And then honestly, plans, I don't have really any. I'm working Saturday this weekend because I'm doing hair for a wedding. So I'll have worked 6 days this week. I'm off Sunday, but then I'm also working Monday again. So I have a really wonky thing going on right now. I decided to open up some Mondays throughout the summer for a couple reasons. One, it gets really busy, but 2, I could use the extra cashola. And so consequently, yeah, I'm working a lot right now, but I don't work another Monday for about a month because I have other things happening. So it's all about working right now. That's pretty much it. So nothing too exciting. I'm going to go to the farm and see Mark on Sunday. And yeah. What about you, sis? What's happening?
Another week in life and I don't have any pets. So I am just like incredibly grateful that life is just moving at such a wonderful, easy pace right now. And it's just like heart fulfilling that there's just, things are good in my world. Peaks. Well, we went to Radius Retreat this weekend, and Radius Retreat is about 20 minutes door to door. It's just north of Radium. It's this beautiful area where they have several yurts. And we stayed there in, I think, August last year. We stayed in the one that was furthest away, which was not my favorite because it took a little bit of work to get in there. But once we were there, it is beautiful and it was very peaceful. And I was fortunate enough to uh, get a 2-night stay at one of the yurts called the Haven. It's there fully accessible that you drive up to it, and it's big and it has like an outdoor kitchen, and there's linens on the bed, like it's queen size bed. It's just beautiful. And we had 2 nights there. So we just enjoyed nature. I don't know how it happens, and I'm sure that people listening will relate to this, but all of a sudden, I swear in your 40s, you become a birder. Like you just care about what birds are around you all of a sudden.
So true. And you get excited, like, woo! I saw a hummingbird.
I have an app that can detect what birds are around based on their bird songs, and it was a symphony. But that night, on the Saturday night that we got there, we were sitting outside around the campfire, and we heard this noise that was unnerving because we didn't know what it was. And it was kind of like guttural, and it was kind of like a grunt, and it was all around us. Sometimes it'd be further away and fainter. Sometimes it'd be loud and close to us. And we just didn't know what it was and how it could move around that fast. Anyways, Sean finally figured out that it was actually the birds in the sky dive bombing bugs. It was just,
What?
I know, like their wings, they were going so fast. It was like, woof, and like all night long.
Oh, okay.
And so that was fascinating because I've never heard birds dive bombing before like that. So, my birdie got really OTT that night. The common nighthawk was quite annoying for.
You're such
Yes,
a dork.
I know. I know.
Such a good way.
Anyway, so yeah, we just enjoyed nature. We went for a beautiful walk the next day. I checked out some of the other yurts because we won't always be able to afford to stay at the Haven. It was pretty luxury for that experience. I read books. Sean got into a book and just read and read and read. So yeah. Another peak, it's Public Service Week across Canada, and I've been a public servant for 15 years, and it's something I'm really proud about, to be able to serve my communities in a variety of ways. But I've been working with the government of BC for the last year, and I won an award today and a team. So I was very.
Congrats to you, sissy. That's a huge
Yeah,
accomplishment.
it's really, I was telling Chrissy earlier that it's the first time in my life where I feel like the work that I do matches my personality and is like on the team that I want to be on. Like just everything feels so very aligned right now. And to receive an award kind of just really is the tangible outcome of what I've been feeling for the last year. It's been awesome. Yeah, it's been really, really lovely. And I feel like it's been hard work to get here, but I feel really blessed that I am here now and that things feel so right.
You deserve it all,
Thank you.
sissy. You really do.
And as for plans this week, well, tomorrow night, the public servants in my community are actually getting together. So these are a bunch of employees from different ministries. I work fully remote from home, so I don't know very many of them, but I am very excited to go out and meet a lot of them tomorrow night because they're local. So it's always great to know that there's folks around, right, that are living and doing the hard work that public servants do.
Yeah, that'll be great.
It's National Indigenous Peoples History Month and National Indigenous Peoples Day this week. So I am actually hoping to attend a special event on Friday, and I have a haircut planned, but that's really about it. The weather is not supposed to be very nice this weekend. In fact, it's supposed to rain a lot, and I really do hope for our province, for the wildfire situation, that is what actually happens, is that we get a couple really solid days of rain. And you know what? A rain day in June, even though it's the longest day in the year, oh man, just to get into the kitchen and cook for like a day will be very, very heart fulfilling for me.
Oh, like I can just feel that when you said that.
And could be what happens this weekend, is that it's a rain day inside, and I am grateful for when those do happen.
there's a quite a drought happening right now, so everybody could use it desperately. So pray for rain, y'all.
Absolutely. So I think that does it for our show this week. Do you want to tell folks where they can find us?
Yeah, you guys, we're on Instagram, so go give us a follow. You can find Stacey on LinkedIn and Facebook, and you can find myself on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the places. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please go subscribe to us, give us a review, share with your pals. If you guys have any great recipes that you think we need to give a whirl, share them with us. Thank you guys so much for listening and for being a part of Sister Social Call.
Thank you, everybody. Love you, Sith.
Love you, sis.